Greetings! Welcome to another video. This time I'm going to be looking at 1, 2, 3. Kind of hilarious as a Norwegian because, well, a lot of Norwegians, they struggle to say 3, so they say 3 instead. Very typical error to make, at least when you're younger. So, we're going to be doing this, where's the map? Right here, okay. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3 right here. We're going to bring Etienne, which I don't really recommend doing. I think he is a terrible hero, but he does have his perks, and, well, you know me, I do like to switch things up a little bit with these strategies. And for this one, we're going to be doing a boat strategy, as well as using the Wizard Lord Phoenix. I thought that would be fun. So first things off, 1, 2, 3 is a kind of an interesting map. It has a gimmick that you can see right here. Every single placement, like each tree represents a tower in a specific category, and they give you certain buffs. So once we place down the boat over here, which we will be doing, as you can see, it gives us a discount for the boat. So kind of useful, kind of interesting. And the challenging aspect is just all of the trees blocking the lines of sight, and the fact that you do have limited placements for your towers, and that certain placements are not unlocked until certain rounds have passed. As you can see on the numbering of the trees, they do represent a certain round that the tree will be chopped down, or at least unlocked, so you can place towers there. That's kind of the gimmick of this map. We're going to begin by pretty much instantly doing the faster shooting, so let's just do that, just to get that out of the way. And hope for the best, because in the beginning there's actually a little bit of micro involved. So here we need to place the boat on last, because it's a little bit more reliable for some reason for this round right here. As you can see, we almost leak, but we don't leak, but we almost do. So just gonna place the boat on last and then back on first. When we will... Well, what I recommend to do is to buy the wizard, but I'm gonna show you what happens if you don't buy the wizard instantly. So that would be, you would just have to press double shot just constantly, otherwise you will be dead. That's what I tested just before starting this video, but I'm too lazy to place down the wizard. That's obviously... We're not going to leak anything if you do that, but if you don't do that, you need to press double shot so the boat can hit the remaining balloons, and you need good RNG for that to happen. I did have bad RNG right now, so I lost regardless. So I guess it's for the better that I don't do that and just settle for the wizard here anyway. And here, I think this pop this means that the wizard gets extra pops, I believe, like an extra layer of popping. I think that's what you get by placing the wizard there. That's the advantage doing so. There are several. There's also, if you place something over here, there's get an attack speed buff. So you get like different buffs on every single spot to sort of make things easier for you. And that's kind of the reason why the map is easy, because you get certain buffs everywhere. Otherwise, it may have been like more of an intermediate map, actually. But because of the fact that you do get all of these buffs, it just becomes very, very beneficial, or very easy. And a lot of benefits there, but okay. Gonna place down Etienne, which I said is a terrible hero. I don't think he is very impressive, but... He's horrible early game, but he gets quite strong late game, to be fair. But, okay, this was a way better strategy. I'm happy that I settled for this instead of trying to be all fancy schmancy with this boat micro, which hardly ever pays off. I'm not really... It's hard to say how difficult this map is, honestly. Like, I remember playing it the first time, and I thought it was easy as hell, and that's just because of all of the buffs, but I like it. It's fairly interesting. It's fairly interesting gimmick that they have here, and yeah. So if you recall, I do rank every single map from easiest to hardest. So it's I'm not sure where I'm gonna rank this one. I think I'll probably put it higher on the list. Okay, better upgrade a little bit of stuff here. Let's get the grape shot, hot shot as well, just to get that out of the way. I think it's important to just get those upgrades. And then we can settle for intense magic and then the monkey sense, just to get added camo detection, which we will be needing for the early game. Just because Etienne, you could technically use the drone for it. He becomes honestly very unreliable, and you need to constantly be using his ability, which is Drone Storm. It just brings a lot of drones, and it's a bit annoying to use it. It's a fairly like, that's kind of where his power comes from, that you can use this Drone Storm ability. As you can see, the loading time is quite quick, so we can almost already use it. So that's what I don't like about him, is that there is quite a bit of micro involved, and I generally highly dislike strategies that do involve micro, because especially if you're playing an early stage, you just want to sit back and relax, because, well, things haven't really gotten difficult yet, right? So yeah, I kind of want to avoid that if I can, so we are gonna avoid that and just get the wizard to have sufficient camo popping power, so we don't have to deal with Etienne micro. And later on, which is the biggest benefit of Etienne in my opinion, is that he gives universal camo detection so that is kind of big, naturally, because, well, every single tower gets camo detection, and that's going to be extremely useful for DDTs. And on a map like this, it is useful because you don't have too many, like, the village is not going to be able to cover a lot of towers, so you're very likely to be stuck with like one tower that does the camo damage. So if you have this ability that gives camo to everyone, well, that's great. So we're gonna get that. If it wasn't for that, I probably would have to settle for this village here. Maybe it would have worked, but prefer to avoid that, so that's the advantage. But if it wasn't for Etienne and me trying to switch things up, I definitely would have brought Sada, because Sada is so good early game and her abilities are so strong too, so in case you do leak, you're always covered with her ability. But okay, we do have the Destroyer up, which is great. I am gonna get the Dragon's Breath up as well, just to have that too. Fairly strong against Bloons, against Moabs too, actually. So we have sufficient power to save up for the aircraft carrier, and from there the Flagship, I think it's called. I always forget what the names of these towers are called. I think it's called Carrier Flagship, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, I could obviously check if I wanted to. Yeah, it is a Carrier Flagship. So I did get that right. That's good. But yeah, from here it's very smooth naturally. The trees are disappearing, and that means that you have more coverage with your towers, and it just becomes easier. But the map is not the longest in the world, so again, if it wasn't for the buffs, it probably would have been placed in the intermediate section, I think. But it would have been a completely different map, of course, if that was the case. So yeah, there isn't too much else to say. I'm having a surprising amount of fun with this, actually. Like, I'm somehow able to record daily, and I'm able to publish a video daily as well, much to my surprise, honestly. Like, when I embark on projects like this, I always just I don't know, I just stop doing it. Like, I get like, I'm just not able to keep it up, and I get interested in other stuff. That's usually what happens, but I've been able to upload something daily at this point, at least, and I'm ahead schedule too by a couple of days, so I'm covered in case I'm not able to film anything. So for now, I'm gonna keep the project going. It's certainly gonna be a little bit different as we start to do the very difficult maps, though, and that's when it's gonna be harder for me to make the actual video, because I would need to devise a difficult plan from the beginning. And that's a little bit trickier, naturally, than just placing the towers down and hope for the best, pretty much. But it's fun to just do these chill maps, and I thought there were like 30 easy maps, but there's only 24, so that's a good thing. But yeah, there isn't too much else to say about this this level and the strategy. It's all very straightforward. We just get the carrier flagship. From the carrier flagship, we can save up for the Wizard Lord Phoenix, which is very expensive, but it's gonna do a lot of damage, especially its ability. So we have to press the ability button a little bit as we get that, but it's gonna be all worth it. And from there, we need to get a third tower, and I'll think of something. You usually want to have like 3 tier 5s whenever you do a map, unless you have like a lot of semi-good towers, which you have to do once you encounter the difficult maps. You're unable to save up for the towers like this, so you need to be buying stuff constantly in order to avoid death. But in this case, it is different. So then you would kind of like to have several tier 5s, and well, we have 2, but the question is what the third one will be. I may go for a primary. Maybe I'll go for the Phantom. The Phantom, actually. That will be interesting. I haven't been using the Desperado. Have I used it at all? I can't even remember. I don't think I have. The Mermonk is another option, I guess. Could get used to Lord of the Abyss, maybe, but... Okay, here... What do I get here? I get, more Pierce, I think. So I guess I'm not gonna do that. If I use number 9... More Pierce... If it's not Pierce, then that's a bit embarrassing, but I think that's Pierce. That's another layer down. I think I'll go for the Phantom. Jungle Jump. Phantom with Jungle Jumps. That sounds great to me. So we'll get that as the third tier 5. But for now, we just need to save up for the Wizard Lord Phoenix, which is bloody expensive at 54k. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. I died around 63. That's because I'm not paying attention at all here. So let's just use the abilities. Man, I did not know that I could die on this round. That seems to be terrible RNG. Because here it was easy as hell and I pressed the ability button once. So that's very strange, but it does happen sometimes. If you have horrible RNG that you could lose, so... Okay, remember that, I guess. This ability here is very good, though. Extremely strong. So, that one is one that you should be using quite a bit. That's where Etienne's strength really comes from, you could say. This ability there. So I guess I gotta be a little bit more careful. It was not as simple as I thought. May place down on Alk, but... Oh, screw it. I'm just gonna wait and use abilities, I guess. It's not too difficult to press the Phoenix once or twice. We'll have to do so for round 78, I suppose. That's surprising. That just shows you how bad Etienne is, honestly. The fact that he's unable to do, like... He's level 12 and he's unable to do, like... He does that little damage to round 63. It's crazy. I haven't used him in forever. Not gonna use him very much. But he does have his uses because of the abilities are pretty decent. But without the abilities, he sucks. So, there you go. Zone defense. We can actually use... I think Divide and Conquer is better. So, that's what we will use. There we go. Okay. UCAV ability cooldown reduced. That's always good. That's this ability here, by the way. Jones damage increased. I think they also added another buff to Etienne, but I don't remember what it was, honestly. But he does have, like... Yeah, he buffs... What does he buff again? I don't remember. Honestly, I'm gonna I'll have to check here. I should have known this, though. Yeah, he does, like, monkeys in radius, I think. He buffs range, so that's good to know. I placed him in a kind of a shitty spot, but you don't really have any choice in the beginning of this map anyway. So, kind of an embarrassing death there, but whatever. I don't care. It's just because I need to pay a little bit of attention when I go for a strategy that is kind of ability heavy. Like 76 as well. Just use the Phoenix. And again, the Phoenix is strong because you can just use it constantly. I mean, that's where that's the point of buying the Summon Phoenix upgrade. If I don't buy it, I'm just weakening my tower. Or if I don't use it, the Wizard is literally the same as the Dragon Breath from earlier. So, okay, so round 78, we will be using this ability again, just to make sure that we survive. We only need a little bit more money, so it's not too bad. Not too bad, not too bad. What do I prefer to buff? I think I'd rather buff the Wizard Lord Phoenix, honestly. So, okay, there we go. Let's, okay, that was good enough, I guess. Yeah, so the 63 death was just a complete fluke, honestly. It's very bad luck. Well, it can happen. It's kind of messed up, really, when you die and you don't do a single thing differently and you don't die. It happens occasionally in this game. Like, towers can miss and such, but... Okay, I'm gonna show off this ability again just to show you that it's pretty good. Especially after level 15 that we get right now. So, here we go. Now we get the super ceramics, so that is a little bit dangerous. We've got to be careful about that, but we will do enough damage. We only need a few more. A little bit of more money here. And here we go. There's the Wizard Lord Phoenix, and now we get a constant Phoenix. And an even stronger ability there to boot. So that's great. Just get the Alk here. And, yeah, I suppose the next thing is the Phantom, but do I have enough money in the tank, though? I'm not sure. Honestly, I don't think so. I don't think so, but I'll try to save up a little bit. We need, like, at least 40,000, and I guess we will get that eventually. But maybe towards the very, very end. And honestly, I would like to get the stronger simulant. So, but I'm not going to worry about that just yet, but I may get that eventually. But we're not in danger just yet, so I'm going to chill. Gonna chill with the abilities as much as I can, but something to pay attention to, that the strength of the towers that we have are these abilities, so... Yeah, the UCIV gets insane eventually. It gets even stronger there, as you can see. Alright, there's this one right here. Very strong ability. Okay, so we have 20,000 in the tank, so I guess I'll place it down. And then I'll just start upgrading here. We got the adventure upgrade. Guess we could do this. Upgrade it as much as we can here. But we need 33k. I guess we will have enough, but it's gonna be close. With DDTs, it's not gonna be an issue. But we gotta use the abilities. Even I wanted to avoid it. I chose Etienne, so that is the price to pay for Etienne usage. Okay, perfect. I should probably alk the carrier flagship too. Probably should. But I'm focusing on the Desert Phantom here. We need a bit more money still. Should be enough after round 94. So yeah, they're getting a little closer than I would have liked, but that's just because of the Wizard Monkey is right here, and that's the one we use to pop it. pop the DDTs. Okay. I guess I was wrong. We'll have to wait a few more rounds. Almost there, but not there just yet. Okay. 4 drones all the time, that's good. So once the DDT come, we're gonna be using Etienne's ability, and I think that should be good enough, honestly. Let's use it. Not really. We have to use the other ability, and there we go. Okay. That was a little close, so you gotta use the Wizard Phoenix ability. Here's the Desert Phantom, doing a decent amount of damage. I think this is good enough. I don't think we need anything else. I'll grab the stronger Simulant. I guess I'll also buff the carrier Flagship, because why not? Why the hell not? Kind of a scuffed run, but I had fun with this strategy. So for round 98, you kind of just want to use Etienne's ability again, just to make it a bit easier, but it shouldn't be a problem, because we have the Desert Phantom on top of everything, so that just makes everything easier. Yeah, not an issue at all. Not an issue. So here we got 99, and to be on the safe side, we will use the Wizard Lord Phoenix ability. There we go. Kind of close, not gonna lie, but again, as I said, constantly, our strength relies on our abilities. So Drone Storm as well, and there it is. There's round 100. So okay, that was fun. That was great. The carrier Flagship got the most amount of pops. I guess it's because of this placement isn't really the greatest, but yeah, you would have liked to have the Wizard like a bit more in the front, but what can you do, right, when you have all the trees in the way? But anyway, that's it for this video. So abilities, guys, I guess that is the thing to note. But yeah, you could do other strategies too. You could do the heli pilot strategy. You don't have to even buff the heli pilot. You could place like the heli pilot somewhere else, like close to the barn over here or something. But that's kind of besides the point. So that is 1, 2, 3. Interesting map, fun map to play. I enjoy it. Definitely one of the more interesting, easy maps to play. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this one. So thanks for watching. And I'll see you in the next one, which I believe is the, which one is that? Yeah, the Scrapyard. And, yeah, see you then. And, goodbye.